Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. Today's topic, before I get into today's topic, I want to talk about a vision. Um, I wouldn't call it a dream. I will call it a place where I was observing interaction between animals. And what I found is that humans and animals are similar in actions as far as the conscience level. Okay, let me explain. Let me talk about what I saw. Okay, now I was watching two different animals and they were young. I saw a young kitten and then I saw a young German Shepherd. And they were maybe a few weeks old. Now, instead of them fighting amongst themselves, they played with each other, just how our infant children would do. It wouldn't matter what color. They didn't see color with difference. They saw the opportunity to interact and play with each other. So as I'm observing these two different animals, the German Shepherd, it goes off and it gets bigger. The kitten stayed the same. Now, this kitten, it goes up to an adult cat that looks just like the kitten. This adult cat looked just like the kitten. They were both gray. Now, this kitten saw an opportunity to interact with this adult cat. This adult cat strike at this kitten. Now, they're both cats, but the adult cat hit the kitten, did not want this kitten around. Now, we know in today's life, this is what would happen because the adult cat has no bond, has no relationship with this kitten, has no obligation to this kitten. It is not her kitten. So as I'm observing this kitten transforms into a small child human. Now, as this transformation happened, a human female comfort this child because as this transformation happens, this child is crying but so curious about today's life. This child that was a kitten wanted to know. She was just so curious. Even though she had tears in her eyes, she was still asking questions. She was fascinated about things that she just didn't, have any comprehension on. Simple things. Like a kitchen faucet. She was trying to figure out what is the purpose of a kitchen faucet. And this lady was explaining to her what it was. And so, as I'm on the outside observing these interactions, these emotions, these changing feelings, and this young child that was a kitten she looked directly at me and she had tears in her eyes, but she also had that curiosity. And I can see all of this within her eyes. And I came back full of joy because of how she felt. No matter what, she still wanted to learn. And this is how children are. Even in animal kingdom, even in human societies, it's like as we get older, our conscience level, our compassion level towards other people drop. And it doesn't matter if it's a child or a teenager or an adult, our conscience level drops. And it's like children have more of a higher conscience than what us adults have. So it fascinated me to see this interaction. And as I came back from this vision, I wanted to talk to you guys about changing our whole format of how we think and act towards other people. And I'm thinking, what if we treat other children as if they're our own? The curiosity that they have, should we not want to nurture that? Or should we just push them away and say, that's for your parents to discuss with you? I know that this right here could be a touchy subject, especially when people interact with other children that are not theirs. But are we not teachers? Do we have to always take the kids to school and let other societies like that teach our children? Can we not come together with love and compassion and not turn away when a child has a question or just want to interact and play? I think if we all came together and we all saw each other as equals, no matter what, we can change this world. I think that we, as a human society, will raise the vibrational frequency of this planet. And we could not be infiltrated by dark forces. That's just a thought that I just want to leave with you guys. Because as a collective conscience, we all agree to have certain rules as human beings, as a whole collective conscience. That's just something to think about. Okay, now let's get into the initial discussion for today. Now, I wanted to give you guys some behind the scenes information about what is going on with these corporations, scientist corporations, military corporations, and what's not being discussed in the media. So let's begin first I want to talk about first to set the scene on creation. Now, when I'm done with this discussion, I want you guys to think about everything that I talked about with a truly open mind because it's going to involve everyone on this planet. And I want everybody to know exactly what's going on and how you feel about it. Because initially, you are important and you need to know. So, let's talk about billions of years ago. There was a race of extraterrestrials. No one knows exactly who they are, where they came from. We just know that they exist. They started seeding life. And I'm talking about way before the Anunnaki. I'm talking about billions of years before the Anunnaki. They called them the ancient elder race, the ancient elder builder race. And no one really knows what they look like, but they seeded life. They started seeding life. That was like the right hand and the left hand of God. And they created multitudes of life on different planets. That's what they did. And so they would start on one planet and go to the next planet and so on and so on. But they will come back thousands of years later to see that that life that they started, jump started, it didn't turn out well. That the growth and the evolution started but then died off. So they had to re-jump the evolution, the creation that they once started. They had to redo it again, and they had no problem with it. They knew that this was going to be a long-term mission, and that it needed to be done. So they created many races of extraterrestrial humanoid type forms, and there was other forms that evolved into what we consider non-human form, and that's okay because it came with spiritual conscience. So we know and see that that was a good thing to do, to create. But now let's talk about humans. Let's talk about humans. Because what's going on now behind the scenes, I want to know whether you guys agree or disagree. I want to leave that up to you. Okay. Now, we know, well, most of us do know, the ones that's on the inside of this information, that the military has seized many corporations that had nefarious experiments going on. So there was a lot of scientists that were human scientists working alongside dark forces of extraterrestrials. You had the reptilians, and then you had the Greys that were creating many types of humanoid species And the way that they were doing it was pretty much unhumane. They didn't care how someone felt going through these genetic experiments. So we had the white hats, we had Space Force, we had a special military unit go in and take over these operations. Now, the military did not stop these operations from happening. What they did were made sure that it was humane as possible with how these scientists conduct their human experimentations. So instead of taking a human being and putting a human being under all of these experimentations, they modified how it worked by just taking human genetics and embryos and combining these experimentations. Just off of that, they no longer, from my understanding, took a human against their will and conducted these experimentations on them. Now, even with this military overseeing these scientists and how they conduct their experiments, do we agree or disagree that human beings should have the right to create other types of hybrid beings for the future? And I'm talking about humans that no longer look like today's society. I'm talking about a type of human that looks completely different but has human, ET, or insect DNA. And some of these hybrids may have the ability to go from human looking to insect, or from human looking to animal. There's a lot of experimentations. Now, do you think for the human future, should we keep our basic form and upgrade it, or should we do what our cosmic brothers and sisters have been doing for billions of years? I don't want to put my input on this. I want you guys, as a human society, to really think about it. I want you guys to really think about it and come up with your own feelings about it. Because it's happening regardless. It's going to happen regardless. Now, these scientists know that there are going to be casualties within these experiments. As these embryos grow, as they develop, a lot of them are not going to make it. A lot of them are going to be in disbelief as they get older And as they see themselves developing, not like the people around them, they may be at odds with knowing that they have been modified. So, as a human conscience, do we think that these experiments are still humane? As much as the military is trying to make them, are they humane? Or are they needed for human evolution? Because it's going to happen. And like I said, guys, I'm not going to withhold information from you. There was a treaty that was signed for all the new people that come to this channel. I am disclosing what the news media will not tell you. I am disclosing what these corporations will not come out and say. And this needs to happen because you are involved in many ways. You have a say on what goes on this planet. But I want you to understand that these type of things have been going on for billions of years, way before our current human society. Now, not to get off on track, but I want you guys to understand that our history has not been forthcoming as far as the truth behind human history. Our human form, this human form, worldwide, has been around millions of years. Millions. Don't believe everything that the media or today's society has put out, because it's been a lie. It's always been a lie about the true origins of our current human look. There's other humans that look just like us on other planets. We have lived in the past as some of these human beings, alongside humanoid type species, in peace. So that's also something for you to think about as well. Now, there's going to be human genetics that's used regardless outside of our cosmic planet as well. So I want you guys to, really think about these experimentations that's going on, and how our military is trying to make these experimentations, more humane for the future of our human evolution. Like I said, I don't really want to put my input. I want you guys to, leave in the comment section of what you think, how you feel about it. Do you think that for our evolution, should we be conducting these experiments to create life, a multitude of creations, just like our cosmic brothers and sisters. Now, I'm going to get off that for a minute. And I want to talk about learning how to raise the frequency, not just for the planet, but for you guys within your body. A lot of stress that we have on a day-to-day basis, we're going to have to learn how to let things go, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, whether it be just with friends and family. When we come upon stress, learn to step back from it and look at yourself as a beautiful spiritual being and just say, I'm going to let this go because it's not worth it. Love who you are. And let no one bring down your energy. See it as a test. You can see it as a test from your spirit guides. You can see it as a test from your higher conscience. You can see it as a test from your angels or God. We are going to be tested to see if we can handle stressful situations. Don't see it as a negative thing. See it as a test for you to learn from. And with knowing that you're being tested every day, and this is for your evolution, you will learn to let things go. Once again, guys, I love, honor, and respect you guys. These videos are going to be uncut and coming straight from my heart. And for anybody that's new that come across this video, it is for you. I will be disclosing information that other people just will not do. So, with that being said, guys, look, YouTube do not want this information out. And until we get all of this under control, until the positive nature of this whole thing that's going on, that's playing out on the planet, until we get all of these minions, these dark ones, off the planet and under control, these types of outlets are not going to want this information out. And no matter what, I'm going to continue on putting this out. Now, they will tamper with the audio. So please, guys, find a way around it. Now, I had a subscriber say that what they do is watch these videos on their TV. They connect the my YouTube video to their TV, and they just turn up the volume. Now, YouTube cannot control your remote on your TV. So if you have this capability, then please, by all means, do so. That way you get these delicate details of these operations that are going on. Now, I go deep into what's going on. We are in timeline wars, okay? Now, what I mean by that is that our positive military is on board with the positive extraterrestrials and our positive interdimensional brothers and sisters. And we have to participate in saving our evolution, saving our planet. Because as we move up in frequency, we're going to be going to 4th, 5th, 6th. And as these negative beings are there, the negative beings are trying to reach these other places to make sure that when we get there, that they have total control. We are fighting timeline wars to make sure that we do not get held up any longer. So even though we are on a positive timelines, there are still minions running around. So don't turn away from the information that I'm providing for the newcomers. Don't turn away from it. Guys, keep subscribing, because YouTube, and make sure that when you subscribe, go back and see, have YouTube unsubscribed you, because I'm hearing that YouTube is doing this. And if you have a way to turn up the volume to get better sound, then do that, please, so that you get this information, because I want you guys to have it. Now that I've been talking, I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop. I have my galactic brothers backing me. I have the Navy backing me. And I have all these positive alliance worldwide backing me. And as you guys saw the video that I made about the plant people, these small orbs flying over my head, and then this fairy appeared. That's all positive energy. That was real. And you guys got a glimpse of that right there. Go to my galactic journey, part 45, and zoom in, and you will see these orbs, and you will see that fairy. These are positive beings that are around me all the time. So once again, guys, don't turn away from this information. Get this disclosure, because I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing my part. Get this information. Look at these videos all the way through. Once again, I love, honor, and respect you guys. Have a good day.